Hi everybody, I'm Susan Mulvihill. You know, we gardeners love our houseplants this time of year when we can't garden outdoors. But do houseplants need different care during the winter months? Yes, they do. So here are some important things you need to know. Winter is basically time off for your houseplants. This is the time of rest for them. And so that means there are certain things you do not need to do for your houseplants this time of year. And one of them is fertilizing. You can ditch that routine until next spring. Now, I like to use Schultz's plant food, but I only fertilize them during the spring, summer, and early fall months. You don't need to repot them this time of year. Wait until they're actively growing in the spring and then give them a new home. This isn't the time of year to propagate them either. It will work eventually, but it will take a super long time, much longer than if you did it when they're actively growing. What should you be doing for your houseplants this time of year? There are all sorts of things. Water them a bit less than you do during the warmer months of the year because they don't need as much water. But make sure you don't overwater them. So poke your finger into the soil up to the first knuckle and see what it feels like. Is it bone dry? You don't want that. And you certainly don't want the soil sopping wet. Make sure your plants get plenty of light. Our homes tend to be darker this time of year due to the shorter days and the fact that the sun is typically lower in the sky. So move your plants closer to windows or add in some plant lights. Move your plants away from drafty areas such as windows and doors. They won't like it any more than you would. If you use a wood stove, fireplace, or radiator for heat, move your plants away from them during the winter months because they will not like those temperature extremes. Plants do appreciate higher humidity. You can accomplish this by setting the pots closer together or by placing the pots on trays that are filled with pebbles and water. If you notice that a leaf has died, go ahead and clip it off. Keep your eyes peeled for any insect problems such as spider mites or mealybugs. If you do encounter them, you could use some neem oil. Be sure to follow the label directions. Give your plants the spa treatment by taking a soft, lightly moistened cloth and wiping down the surface of the leaves. It's amazing how quickly dust accumulates on there, and that affects the leaves' ability to conduct photosynthesis. That's what plants do in order to store energy. And your plants will look better anyway. I want to add that you don't need any special products to do this. Just a little bit of water and a soft cloth. I want to give you a quick little tour of some of the houseplants that I'm growing and enjoying. The plant on the left is Dracaena or dragon tree. They are super easy to grow, and I've actually propagated some new plants from this one. Here's two of those plant babies. The plant with those beautiful shiny leaves is a rubber plant, and I've actually propagated 3 new plants from it. Here's one of them, and here are the other 2 baby rubber plants. Here's another type of Dracaena, and those 3 plants were propagated from an older plant a couple of years ago. There's another Dracaena that I propagated. This is an Aglonema or Chinese evergreen. I've had this plant for a few years, and it struggled at one point. I was just sure I had killed it. Then all of a sudden, I must have hit on the right combination of water and fertilizer because look how great it's doing. Now, you've already seen this kangaroo paw fern, but I wanted to show it to you again. I love this plant. It is absolutely gorgeous. Now, this needs repotting, and I intend to do that in the spring. This is a fiddle leaf fig, and this poor plant would love more light, but I just don't have a good spot for it. I think I'm going to need to get a plant light. However, it was leaning on our couch so much that I decided to check my houseplant propagation guide and learned I could trim off a couple of branches and stick them in water. So I'm giving that a try. Let me show you what I've got. This is the book I was referring to. It's Plant Parenting by Leslie Halleck. And in it, the author teaches you all different ways to propagate many different types of plants, and especially houseplants. This book is so good, I've added it to my Amazon store, and I'm going to link to it in the description of this video because it is awesome. But one of the ways she mentioned about propagating fiddle-leaf figs, and apparently there are several ways you can do it, is to take some branch tips, strip off the leaves, and put them into a vase of water. And it's important to change the water every few days. Now, here we are in early December, not the best time to be propagating plants, but I trimmed some branches off of our big fiddle-leaf fig, so I figured it was certainly worth a try. This snake plant is in our guest bathroom, and one day I was taking care of it and I accidentally broke off one of the leaves. And so I looked to see, how do you propagate snake plants? And here is the result. Yep, I have a new snake plant from 3 small cuttings out of a single leaf. And yes, I learned the technique from Leslie Halleck's book. So how cool is that? And just in case you're wondering why my vest is glowing, this is a heated vest that Bill got for me a few weeks ago. And I absolutely love it because I get very cold this time of year and it's keeping me toasty warm. It is also in my Amazon store under the garden attire category. So the great thing about houseplants is they give us something green to look at when we can't do any gardening outdoors. They are just such a delight to have in the home. I hope you enjoyed this video and picked up some new tips, and please remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I release a new video every week, and if you hit that notification bell, you'll know as soon as I've uploaded a new video. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Happy indoor gardening!